All right, and we're back. A quick look at halftime stats now that I think these cable issues should be resolved for the rest of the game now. But thank you for bearing with us. Navy is up 14-0. They have the midshipmen have 8 first downs to UConn's 5, and have 128 yards of total offense to 104. About half of Navy's have been on the ground, and about half have been through the air. 14 for 63 on the ground, 9 for 10 for 65 through the air. Whereas UConn has only gotten 16 yards on the ground on 8 rushes, 88 yards through the air, most of which on that last 2-minute drive. Navy is 4 for 5 on third down compared to UConn's 1 for 4. Navy is 2 for 2 in the red zone, and UConn hasn't been there yet. UConn has thrown 2 interceptions and has possessed the ball for 4 minutes and 19 seconds compared to 11:41. Player stats: Zach Abey is 9 for 10 for 65 yards with 90% completion, 7.3 yard average, and a 13-yard long. Connecticut's Marvin Washington is 5 for 12 for 88 yards with 2 picks and a 41% completion. On the ground, Vickers is 6 for 20 with a 3.3 yard average and an 8-yard long. Washington has been sacked twice. On the ground for Navy, Hayes is 6 for 27, mainly out of options. Perry is 6 for 26. Gargullo has 1 for 5, and Abey is also 1 for 5. Receiving, Malcolm Perry has 4 receptions for 19 yards, and Taylor Jackson for the midshipmen has 3 for 30. Lee and Frade, the tight ends, each have 1 for 8. Receiving for the Huskies, Vickers, the halfback, has 2, but has a loss of -1. Those are on screens. Fitton, the tight end, got 30. Dixon, one of the wide receivers, got 15, and Skanes got the big gain of 44. Defensively, Coleman, Swan, Twyman are getting tackles for UConn, but it is the Navy defensive performance with Villalobos with 1 sack, Pittman with 1 sack, Villalobos with 2 more other tackles for loss, and Swain and Onuha each with interceptions. That is the story of that at the moment. Here is your scoring summary. Navy has scored twice so far, both on the ground, once a quarter, and they have 2 picks. All right, thank you for joining us. We'll pick up shortly.
Excellent first half on both sides of the ball by the midshipmen. Find them ahead 14-0 at the break. Welcome back to the second half of League 1 action. The opening game of American Conference play for the midshipmen. On the road here in Connecticut at Rentschler Field. UConn will open the half with the ball. It's a fresh quarter.
There's got to be some sense of urgency to this offense right now. They don't have the luxury of wasting drives if they want to get back in the game.
Shotgun spread set for the Huskies. It's a handoff, and a good tackle in open field limits Vickers to a 1-yard gain. Now 2nd and 9 as the opening seconds of the third quarter tick away. UConn facing a 2-score deficit on the back of 2 picks by the Navy defense, 1 in the end zone.
From their own 26-yard line, it's 2nd down.
Incomplete pass. The coverage was on him like a blanket. It's another incompletion, now going to be 3rd and long once again. Many times you've seen it today. Washington back to pass. Has some time at the beginning of the play, but no one was open. Good coverage sack as the defensive line took advantage and disrupted the pass. That is a 3 and out for the midshipman defense. Good return on the play. Flag, however, is going to bring it back on clipping.
Clipping is the call, and now they'll have to find a way to make up those yards right here.
A 12 to 14-yard return wiped out by the clipping penalty. Finds Navy taking over at their 23. However, in possession of the football with the 2-score lead. 5 wide set for the middies. The third look on the play gets the reception. Amir Lee picks up 22 yards. AB now 10 for 11 for 87 yards on the day.
Hayes comes in at quarterback. From their own 45-yard line. 1st down.
Flex bone set. So Hayes comes on to run it, to operate the offense in this flex bone. He picks up 2. The defense somewhat ready for that play. They defended it well.
From their own 47-yard line. 2nd down.
$11 personnel on the field. That's the package with a tight end and a halfback in the backfield and 3 wide receivers. Up the gut goes Perry, slightly to the left side, picks up 7. Now going to be 3rd and just 1. We thank you for joining us here for League 1 action. The league in its 14th season, spanning the country from California to Ohio, North Carolina, and Virginia.
It's 3rd down, and this offense is about 3 feet away from that 1st down marker.
Perry gets the 1st down. A couple more. Going to be a fresh set of downs for the midshipmen. 5.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. They now have the ball down to the Navy. Sorry, check that. The UConn 43-yard line.
From the 43-yard line,
UConn coming out in a 4-man front. Looks like the 4-3 under. Facing off against a twin tight end set. Power package for the midshipmen. Perry up the gut, picks up 3. Now going to be 2nd and 7 at the 40. Just under 5 minutes gone. Check that, 5 minutes left in the third quarter. See Navy ahead by 60 yards in total offense. Hayes comes on to run the flex bone. Fakes the handoff. Quarterback keeper gets the first down and more. A 10-yard gain off to the right side. Hayes up to 39 yards rushing on the day. 1st and 10 from the 30 for Navy's offense. Looks like they're coming out in a spread set. They rethink things, bring 2 tight ends in for the shotgun ace formation. UConn responding with a 4-3 over. Drag route to Lee from right to left across your radio dial. He trucks his defender forwards, gets the first down, and one more. It's an 11-yard gain. Lee's out to 3 catches for 41 yards from the tight end position. Ball now in the red zone. Some coaches like to call it the green zone. Resting at the 19-yard line. Now, having received the ball about a minute into the third, taking more time off the clock with a healthy lead. Hammond this time, the fullback playing HB2 within the Navy offense, picks up 3 on his first carry of the day, giving Perry a rest. Blitzkrieg, some coaches feel that the red zone is a negative connotation and the green zone is where you get paid. To answer your question.
It's 2nd and 7. Ball on the 16. The 10.
Caught over the middle, the backup tight end, Zach Frade. He sees plenty of action in these 2 tight end sets and comes up with a catch of his own. That's his 2nd of the day. Now going to be 1st and goal from the 6.
Navy with a 1st and goal and a
To the flex bone they go. Hayes comes on to operate the offense.
he's taken down.
Quarterback keeper finds his way forward for 2 yards. Now going to be 2nd and goal. Blitzkrieg, if you're inside your own 20, that's called the black zone.
Here's the 11th play of the drive.
Machinations at the line by Aby here in this shotgun set. Direct handoff up the gut, finds the hole, good audible at the line, and Navy ahead 20-0.
He's got a nose for the end zone. What more can you say? He's up on that run and taking it for the score.
Rain still coming down in buckets. It's a wet field out there, although to date, we have not had a fumble yet.
I think the energy is there, Brad, but I think it really starts up front with their defensive line and their linebackers, the way they're being able to just win the battle at the line of scrimmage. I think it's giving them confidence, and it's allowing them to play more downhill where they can attack this offense.
It was a quick 3 and out on their last possession.
Down 2 possessions, this offense has to step up and capitalize on this possession.
He gets to about the
A couple of broken tackles by Vickers. Finds him forwards for 9. Possibly his longest carry of the day.
short yardage situation here. 2nd down and 1.
Handoff up the gut. Vickers falls forward for the first down. It's first down in quite some time for UConn. Now with just 1:13 left in the third quarter, they find themselves in a big hole, 21-0. Pass out to the outside. Dixon makes the catch and the first. Keon Dixon picks up 15 on the play. That's going to see them out past midfield. Rather at midfield, at the 50. A single yard would find them in Navy territory for just the second time today.
From the 50, 1st down.
Man in motion for UConn. Handoff to the right side. Vickers makes a good adjustment and finds the hole. Good run by Vickers. An 11-yard gain this time. Gets the ball down to Navy's 40-yard line. It's the option play, and it turns into a wild forward lateral. It's okay to lateral forwards behind the line of scrimmage, as it does count as a forward pass. Looked like he was right near the line. It definitely went forward, but there's no flag on the play. That is about the strangest forward pass you'll see in NCAA. A very rare occurrence there.
From the 18-yard line, it's 1st down.
Handoff up the gut to Vickers. It's no gain. It's now going to be 2nd and 10. You are correct, Doc Jocular. That was crazy. One of the rare things you might ever see on a football field. This is just the second time in Navy territory for UConn. The last time they were here, they threw an interception in the end zone. That is the end of the third quarter.
Navy in front, 21-0.
Crazy indeed, Doc Jock. Crazy indeed. It certainly was close. It's a touchdown for UConn. Fullback dive finds Shedrick Williams in the paint. And it's UConn's first points of the day here early in the fourth quarter. 21-7 now. 3 good runs by Vickers, taking the ball down the field. Now we enter the fourth quarter with Navy holding on to a 2-touchdown lead, ahead 21-7, now getting the ball back. 7:40 and change remaining in the football game. Doc Jocular, one of our longtime members of League One, many, many victories in his quiver.
Well aware that a score on this drive is going to create an almost insurmountable lead. This defense has really got to step it up and make a stop.
Hayes comes out to operate the flex bone. It's a run, it's a fullback dive to Gargiulo. He picks up 8 on his second carry of the day. He's got a 5-yard gain and an 8-yard gain, catching the defense off guard on both occasions.
They're about 2 yards away from the sticks. And he makes it out to about the 31-yard line.
Back-to-back carries by the fullback. Gets him stuck at the line of scrimmage. Now 3rd and 2 at their 31. Navy would like nothing more than to get another first down to keep this clock running.
They'll spread the field with 5 wide.
Just in case they don't, they're content to run some of those seconds off the clock. Every second counts when you're ahead in the fourth. Caught out in the flat by Jackson. He ran a quick out on the left side, and he picks up a few more after the gain. Turns it into an 11-yard gain, something that Navy has not shown the UConn defense until now, and as such, UConn unprepared for the play. Approaching the 6-minute mark now. Navy with a fresh set of downs, ahead by 14.
Brought down after a nice run up the middle.
4-yard gain by Perry. He's up to 47 yards rushing on the day. Ball approaching midfield. We've got about 5.5 minutes left in this affair. Navy ahead by 14.
Ball on the 46-yard line.
Caught by Frade. Big play. And it looks like they might tack on a face mask at the end of it.
Face mask. Defense.
So the offense.
But a huge play by Frade.
Now it's first down and 10.
Ball now in the green zone for Navy.
And that looked like a pretty good move as they called.
They're going to call timeout, avoid the delay of game. They're going to keep the possession in the 12-yard line range. They're going to maintain 1st and 10. 11 personnel on the field. Shotgun single back set for Navy. 4 down lineman for UConn. Looks like a 4-3 under. Out of the backfield, Perry on the catch, falls forward, almost gets the first. Instead, it's going to be every coach's favorite down and distance. 2nd and 1 as AB is now 15 out of 16 on the day.
It's 2nd down, and they're about the length of the football from the first down marker.
They can smell the end zone from here, about 7 feet away. Up the gut goes Perry for 6, and Navy regains a 3-score lead. That's a final as Washington State, the Cougars, upset number 7 UCLA. Auburn hangs on against North Texas 13-10.
Excellent kick. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback.
This is my kind of game. We're getting a chance to see so many touchdowns. I just wonder if this offense can continue the flow that we've seen from the previous 3 series.
The offense was able to punch it in the end zone on that last drive. They'll come back out looking for more of the same.
Screen pass, Villalobos peels off quickly and makes the tackle for loss. He read it perfectly. Villalobos cutting to the outside once he saw the lineman pulling. He's had a great day today. That's his 2nd tackle for loss. He's got multiple tackles. Had quite the performance from the defensive line for Navy.
2-yard line.
Caught one broken tackle by Dixon, falls forward on the 2nd contact, picks up 8, now going to be 3rd and 5. Screen pass out to the left side, and Vickers breaks a tackle but does not get the first down. Multiple defenders by Navy kept him short. And now, desperate times call for desperate measures. UConn going to go for this 4th down.
So they're going to go for it here. Less than 3 minutes in the game.
Here we go. 180.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
At the 49-yard line.
They get the first down. Vickers on the carry. Now no huddle for UConn. Bold strategy indeed, Cotton.
And down he goes at about the 35.
Intercepted by Haley. He could be off to the races, but the quarterback has enough speed to tackle him. Still a massive turnover. It's the third turnover of the day. The third interception by Marvin Washington. About the only thing he did right on that play was to make the tackle. And that, folks, might be the ball game. Navy now takes over possession in UConn territory at the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 with just 2:18 remaining.
Gains his way to the 29-yard line.
That's a gain of 8 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 2.
Practice makes perfect, Blitzkrieg. Practice makes perfect. Hand off to Perry up the gut. He's got the first down. Fresh set of downs. Only a minute and 31 on the clock. Perry up to 81 yards on the day. 19 away from a 100-yard rushing performance.
From the 25-yard line. First down. Just over a minute in the 4th quarter.
Quarterback keeper check that. Hayes picks up 5 yards. And that clock keeps moving.
He makes it to the 18-yard line.
Another quarterback keeper by Hayes picks up 2. Now going to be 3rd and 3 with a running clock at the 18.
They need about 3 yards to get the first down here on 3rd down. Tackled after a decent pickup. And that's their 3rd first down of the
Another first down by the midshipmen should seal it. 22 seconds left on the game clock. That's less than the play clock. We'll see what Navy wants to do here, ahead by 3 scores. They've got the comfort of decision making.
Gets to about the 14-yard line.
They'll line up for the field goal on the final play of the game.
Kicks away.
And it's up and good. Navy victorious 31-7. That'll push them to 1-0 in the American Conference and 2-0 on the year. Big win by Coach Ninja and his midshipmen. A 24-point victory over the UConn Huskies on the road. A resounding performance by the Navy defense. Only allowed 2 forays into midshipman territory. Check that, 3 forays. 2 of them resulted in interceptions. UConn was able to get 1 score on those 3 possessions. For their part, Navy's offense, methodical, able to work the ball down the field, took away almost the entire first quarter, and that set the tone for the ball game. As Navy played ball control, worked the clock, and played excellent defense to find themselves victorious, 31-7 the final. Thank you for joining us for League 1 action here in Season 14. We hope you'll give us a follow, give us a like, and Join us next week. We'll have a doubleheader with Coach Ninja's Navy Midshipman and my Syracuse Orange. We'll give you the schedule here for next week's games in just a moment.
We won't be playing on Friday because we won't be in town.
Normally, we play our games on Friday. We won't be doing that this next week either, as one of the league members is getting married in Ohio. So several of us will be making the trip up there to watch him get hitched. Next week's games are going to feature a user game, Central Michigan and Syracuse. Unknown yet as to when that game could possibly be. It will be sometime in the next 7 or 8 days. Temple at Navy. Navy returns home to Marine Corps Memorial Stadium to take on their second American Conference foe, while Syracuse faces off against a user Central Michigan team. We thank you for joining us. We hope you'll keep in mind next week's games and join us again. For the rest of the week, kick its ass.